Uh, we are on Facebook now.
Prafulla sir. Prafulla sir. Hello. Ganesh sir. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
हाँ बोला ना सर, बोला बोला.
What is the status of Facebook?
Yeah, we are on
It's live
live now.
Okay, live sir. We are on.
Live.
We are live. We are live.
Yeah. I'm here, sir. Looking.
Yeah.
Good evening, respected speaker, for today's webinar. BOS members, dignitaries, teacher participants across Maharashtra, I welcome you all. We, the team of Elle, English Language and Literature Explorers, welcome each one of you for today's webinar. To start with, let's have a glimpse about the endeavors of our team. Respected sir, at Elle, we, few innovators and passionate teachers, under the supreme guidance, motivation, and patronization of our dignified mentors, educationists, and proven teacher trainers, Shri Avinash Reddy sir and Shri Anil Bagre sir, started this movement, which has become an organization named Elle. Elle has successfully completed 2 webinar series highlighting the importance of competencies in language teaching and learning, followed by the next series helping teachers teach English effortlessly on Google Meet and Google Classroom. Going forward, here we are on series 3, demonstration by designers. And who better than the visionary himself? It is rightly said, true leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders. And it is rightly a speaker, rather a master speaker for today. So it is with special elation that I am pleased to welcome Dr. Umesh Pradhan for our webinar series 3. Dr. Pradhan is one of India's top elocutionists, ELT expert in MHR. He has been at the forefront of being a coordinator and convener of textbooks right from Standard 8 to Standard 12. He also is a pioneer for designing ABL course books and script writer for educational programs of Bal Chitravani and All India Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not it. Right from conducting workshops, seminars by NCERT across India to critical analysis and jotting down various question papers of Education Board India-wide, he has been the pioneer of bringing positive changes in our system. It would not be an exaggeration calling him our Dronacharya. In his illustrious career, spanning decades, he has held critical and high-pressure positions while exceeding expectations. Naming a few, he has been a principal of RCM Gujarati High School and Junior College, Pune, BOS member of DED syllabus, Managing Director, the Pune Gujarati Khelwani Mandal, Pune, Chairman and Guide for Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapeeth, Pune. Awards and honors don't justify the impact he has on our community. Be it Best Teacher Award or recognition from internationally acclaimed bodies like Lions Club, Rotary, his contributions have been consistently acknowledged across our country. Have you ever wondered why you can't take your eyes off some charismatic public figures while others put you off to sleep immediately? While teaching, a simplest of his smiles in assuring and refreshing, giving you a unique perspective about how teaching can be fun and self-satisfying in its own miraculous
Hello.
ways.
बस चालू झाले ना.
Dr. Pradhan, yes sir, we can hear you. Dr. Pradhan is going to demystify charisma and storytelling with lots of practical ideas we can immediately imply once done with this webinar. An inspiration to everyone. Dear audience and dignitaries, please join me in welcoming the master speaker for today, Dr. Umesh Pradhan. Thank you so much, sir. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Taruna.
My pleasure,
The
sir.
words that you have used, are full of flattery, and I really don't know whether I'm equal to that. And moreover, that has created a lot of tension and stress on me today because I will have to prove myself.
Indeed, you will,
And
sir.
And all flattery everybody likes, but people say that foolish people only like it.
I agree.
I am that foolish. Yes, I like, because let us be on the ground, and we are all made up of that earth. Let us not forget that. At the outset, I must thank Sunil Patil sir, Avinash Rade sir, Sunil Patil and Anil Bagade sir, and the rest of the team that is working for the upliftment of the junior college teachers all over Maharashtra, across the state. And at the outset, I wish you all the best in your teaching career, in your webinars, and I hope that you all would be successful in your mission one day or the other. Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you, sir. We are blessed.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
It's my pleasure to be with you this evening. I would like to start with sharing the screen. Before that, I would like to know whether I'm audible.
Yes, sir. You're
Yes,
audible.
sir. You're quite audible.
I feel that someone should be taking the responsibility of prompting me that yes, I am audible, yes, the screen is seen and all that. And I want some 10 teachers to be the students. I mean, I'm going to teach them, and the rest are all to be the observers. The observers will comment, participate on. But I feel that some 10 teachers amongst you should be there involved, because I want to make this session truly interactive one, involving one, because your contribution, your sharing is very, very important. I am getting the message here that some people are waiting in the waiting room. So please, the host should take care to allow them, or whatever is your policy. Let me begin by paying tribute to our great wizard of English literature, and that is William Shakespeare, 1564, 1616. The magician of English literature, the wizard of English literature. Just have a look at the excerpt from one of his poems, one of his songs, as you like it. It's from the play As You Like It. I want someone to read aloud.
Shall I read for you?
Read,
Yes.
read, ma'am. Read.
All the world's a stage, and all men merely players. There exist an entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts. His act being 7 ages, at first the infant, mewing, and plucking, by William Shakespeare.
Okay. Yes, yes. Look at what the bard has said. In the year 1564, he has considered this as a stage, and we are playing our different roles, and our life is in 7 sessions, as if. I move to the next. And here we have another player, poet. Yes, a player, a poet. That is William Blake, 1557 to 1827. What he has to say, just let us enjoy this poem as well. Who would read this time? Quickly tell your name and start reading.
May I, sir? Sagarika here.
Yes, go ahead.
The joy and woe are woven fine, a clothing for the soul divine. Under every grief and pine runs a joy with silken twine.
Yes.
It is a right, it should be so. Man was made for joy and woe. And when this we rightly know, safely through the world we go. William Blake,
Thank you.
1750.
It is
Thank you,
after
sir.
50 years. It's after 50 years of William Shakespeare, we have got another William Blake. And that's not all. Let us turn to our another magician of words, and that is again third William, and that is our famous William Wordsworth. What he has said, let's try to learn, let's try to read and enjoy. What is it? Who would read? Unmute yourself and read quickly so that we will not waste our time.
I'm Sangeeta. My
Yes.
heart leaps up when I behold a rainbow in the sky. So was it when my life began. So is it now I am a man. So be it when I shall grow old, or let me die. The child is father of the man. I could wish my days to be bound each to each by natural right. William Wordsworth. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Nicely read, all of you. Nicely read. I just would like to know, we have read 3 excerpts from the different poems. What
Yes.
common thing did you observe in these 3 extracts?
Life, death, growing old,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
being man.
Okay. Are they not talking about
Happiness.
the human life first of all?
Yes.
Yes.
Life.
Yes.
They are talking about the human life and their perspective of looking at the human life. And we are going to read about one more poet today, that is very much Indian poet, a poetess, but now we call it as a poet, Sarojini Naidu. This is my page of content. You see the power of PowerPoint. If you learn and adopt the technique of using the PowerPoint, you can really create wonders for your students. This can be used when you are teaching online in a classroom situation, and at the same time, this can be used for self-learning purpose as well. Now, the
Sorry, you're not audible.
content
Pradhan, sir,
page
you're not
can
audible.
take you to whatever the things that you want.
Sir, you are not audible.
Sunil sir, I think he has some network issues.
He has some network issue.
I request all the participants, those who have joined with their device ID will be removed. Please rename yourself and join again.
Very soon, sir will join us.
Yeah. It was lovely introduction. Na?
Sir has messaged me by that time. Teachers, please remind, or rather, you just. Hello. Oh.
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Admit Deepak Damodar sir is waiting.
Yes, sir.
Admitted, sir.
Admitted. Hello. Ganesh sir.
Yes. He's back.
Yeah,
we can
please.
continue
Yeah,
the
please check.
discussion.
Yes.
He's back.
Yeah,
Sir,
yeah.
UD Pradhan sir has
He's
joined.
back. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Please
Yeah.
welcome him.
Continue, sir. Yeah. Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir.
Uh, hello.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Hello.
You're audible,
sir. You
sir.
are audible.
Yes, I'm back. You see, this is the technology.
Technology.
Yes. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So this is my page of content. And if you want to listen to audio or have a look at video, because we are fortunate that we have a video of Sarojini Naidu when she was in England. She had been there for her higher studies, and her video actually giving a speech is there that the children would definitely enjoy. You can go to the photo gallery, you can have summary, you can have some activities on check your understanding. You can go for getting ready, readiness activity, preparatory activities. You can go for the poetic devices, the techniques, or you can go for appreciation, or you can have link for the different URLs so that you can directly connect yourself with the web internet. You can go for self-testing, some exercises for sample that I have prepared, developed. Or you can go for some brain teasing questions over there. Or you can directly visit the mind map. I feel let us start with the poet, about the poet, because many are interested, many want to know something about the poet. So the moment you click here, look at the PowerPoint, look at the power of PowerPoint, immediately you are introduced to the text here. The poem Indian Weavers is from the anthology of poems composed by Sarojini Naidu, The Golden Threshold. The poem appeared for the first time in the anthology, her own anthology, The Golden Threshold, which was published in 1905. How many years old? Today is 2020. And we are talking about a poem that appeared in 1905. So it is almost 115 years or so old poem. I want someone to read this quickly.
I'm Sangeeta.
Yes.
Sarojini Naidu, born 13 February 1879, died 2nd March 1949, was an Indian political activist and poet. A proponent of civil rights, women's emancipation, and anti imperialistic ideas, she was an important figure in India's struggle for independence from colonial rule. She was the woman president of Indian National Congress and the first governor of Uttar Pradesh in free India. She was a brilliant student in her college days. She was a multilingual and proficient in Urdu, Telugu, English, Bengali, and Persian. She started writing creatively at the age of 12, crafting poems in traditional English metrical forms that she concentrated primarily on. Naidu's poems are about everyday life or the natural world. For her contributory literary work, she was called a Nightingale of India. It is said that her poems had English words but an Indian soul. The dominant theme in Sarojini's poetry is her concern with time, death, and suffering. Indian Weavers is from her first anthology, The Golden Threshold.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much. Some essential information that might create students' interest in reading the poem is here. Basically, we as teachers have to understand that she was a multilingual personality. And moreover, her feelings were Indian. Her poems are rooted in Indian culture. And at the same time, she is using the tongue which is foreign, the words that are foreign. Therefore, point to be noted by all. And in all her poems, we find a reference to the three things, and that is, as it is said here, time, death, life. These are the three things. All her poems speak about these three aspects of life. She was called as a Nightingale of India. And when I started browsing that who started calling her, who was the first to call her by the name like Nightingale of India? And is there anyone who can tell me?
I think it's Rabindranath Tagore, sir.
I get in chat box Gandhiji, and someone said Rabindranath Tagore. That is the confusion. That is the confusion that is there. So we don't know who really started calling, because you get both the references that Sarojini, who was Bengali, maybe Rabindranath Tagore, or maybe Mahatma Gandhi, just for the sake of your knowledge. Now, I want to go back. So I click here, and the moment I click here, I go to the content page. Let's now turn to the poem itself. I feel that poem in a class, or whether you are teaching online, offline, with whatever discourse, the poem should be read again and again and again. Because as you go on reading the poem again and again, it starts explaining itself. Look at this. That is the wonderful thing about, that is the magic of words and the human brain and the human capacity. So when you start reading the poem, the first time, the second time, the third time, automatically the words start explaining themselves. The lines start explaining themselves. And therefore, I feel that, my dear participants, just don't stop with one reading. Read again and again, again and again. Who would read this time? I want someone from you to read. Without wasting time, someone should read the poem.
Indian weavers.
Who is it? Who is it? Please name.
I'm Nilofer, sir. Hello, sir. I'm Nilofer Rizvi.
Okay.
Indian weavers. Weavers weaving at break of day. Why do you weave a garment so gay? Blue as the wing of a halcyon wild. We weave the robes of a newborn child. Weavers weaving at fall of night. Why do you weave a garment so bright? Like the plums of a peacock, purple and green, we weave the marriage veils of a queen. Weavers weaving solemn and still, what do you weave in the moonlight chill? White as a feather and white as a cloud, we weave a dead man's funeral shroud. Thank you, sir.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The poem is that way very short. Short, small piece. But it covers the whole human life. Right from the beginning to the end, the span of the poem is the human life itself of 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, and so on and so forth. So, that way, the poem appears to be very simple, plain, lucid, and without any problem as such. Yesterday only, I was discussing with one of the senior teachers, and he made a very important point. I was under the impression that how the things should be taught is more important. How the process, the way in which the things should be taught, and the way in which the content should be learned. I was having one impression that how is more important, the content is secondary. But as we were discussing, we found that what is also important. Because you see, the whole poem is there, but it depends on the teacher's understanding, the teacher's conceiving, the teacher's attitude, teacher's way of looking at the content. A teacher might feel comfortable with just one or two ideas that are there, and the children would be lagging behind in getting the real meaning of it. So a teacher who can probe into, who can go beyond the things, who can go on, say, rather digging in the poem, could reveal various aspects. That teacher who is well conscious would come up with lots and lots of ideas that are involved in the poem. I want the reading of the poem once again. And who would read this time? Please. Yes.
Yes.
Navnath Kule, could you please read it? I have unmuted you.
Who is it?
Okay, sir, I'll read it.
Yes.
I'm Indumati Shetty here.
Okay.
Weavers weaving at break of day. Why do you weave a garment so gay? Blue as the wing of a halcyon wild, we weave the robes of a newborn child. Weavers weaving at fall of night. Why do you weave a garment so bright? Like the plumes of a peacock, purple and green, we weave the marriage veils of a queen. Weavers weaving solemn and still. What do you weave in the moonlight chill? White as a feather and white as a cloud, we weave a dead man's funeral shroud.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now look at.
Welcome, sir.
Yes. As a teacher, we have to be very good at the presentation. There are different roles that the teacher has to perform, and one of them is the performer. You have to be a performer. And being performer, you have to present the poem in a nice way, in a nice manner, making the children listen to you, making the children pay attention to you. Because there is no point in just reading fast, hurriedly, quickly, and showing your speed and mastery over the language. Have a look at the poor children. Have they understood? Have they got the meaning? Are they following? Are they with you? And therefore, I feel that the reading of the poem, the presentation of the poem is very, very important. I would try from my side. Weavers weaving at break of day. Why do you weave a garment so gay? Blue as the wing of halcyon wild, we weave the robes of a newborn child. Weavers weaving at fall of night. Why do you weave a garment so bright? Like the plumes of peacock, purple and green, we weave the marriage veils of a queen. Weavers weaving solemn and still. What do you weave in the moonlight chill? White as a feather and white as a cloud, we weave the funeral shroud. I feel that when you are reading this poem, every line breaks up into two. Weavers weaving one part, at break of day another part. Why do you weave a garment so gay? Two parts. Blue as the wing, half a halcyon white. We weave the robes of a newborn child. I feel that's my rendering of it. That's my way of looking at it. Your way might be different. But I feel that the poem would be more clear if you break up every line in two parts. Well, and when you are explaining the poem to a child or to the class, to the children, I feel this reading of a poem again and again is very important. Then each and every word is important. Again, I want you to have a look at certain pronunciations. The word halcyon or halcyon, you see, you have to be very sure about the pronunciation. Refer to a dictionary, refer to different sources for the correct pronunciation of the word halcyon. What is the pronunciation of the word veil? It is veil. Be clear about that. Solemn. Be clear about the pronunciation. Be sure about the pronunciation. Plumes or plums. Look at the dictionary and check yourself. I feel when you are explaining the poem, remember every word is important. The poets are the people very selective. They are choosy people. They go on selecting and they compose. Because every word is important. Every single word is important. Weavers weaving. Are the weavers going to dance? Are the weavers going to teach? Are the weavers going to plant? But look at the deliberate use. The rain is raining. We come across such construction. But I feel here, look at the words, weavers weaving. Very important. That creates the music. And I feel being true teachers and involving yourself in teaching, you should always play on words. Explain the words so that the beauty comes out, so that the music comes out. Look at the power of PowerPoint presentation once again. The moment I click here, the meaning pops up. What do you mean by gay? It's light-hearted and carefree, showy, cheery, merry. No, this cheery person, showy person. The word gay is used for that. And then there are so many connotations of the word gay, but we are not going to involve in that. We have to go ahead. Look at the other one. The moment I click here, the meaning will pop up. So what do you mean by bright? What does the bright word symbolize? What does the word bright suggest? Here are the words. These are the words that symbolize. Let us turn to another word, solemn. What do you mean by the word solemn? Can you just chat? What do you mean by the word solemn? Serious? Yes. Sad? Serious? Silence, calm, quiet, serious, grim, bright, here, peaceful, serious, sad, sad. Okay, nice. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me click it to reveal. Let me click here to reveal what I take it as. It is serious, grave, sober, sad, silent, wordless. That is how life is. Let us turn to the next. Here is glossary. Glossary is a very essential part which clarifies the meaning in context. A dictionary might give all possible meanings, but glossary is that which gives the contextual meaning. As a teacher, I would request you to have your own glossary and look at the meaning of the words given in short, given to the point, which would explain to the students the whole poem. The textbook may cover some of them, but you should go beyond and have your own and more things. With this reading of a poem, with the meaning of words, I don't want you to read all them. You are the teachers and you can refer to it at any time. I have developed this PowerPoint presentation for teachers to conduct online teaching, offline teaching, or for self-learning. And you can browse through, roam about on every slide, on any slide. I click here and I'm prompted to, I'm taken back to the content slide. I would just show you the audio and video part. Can you all see?
Yes, sir.
The problem here is I just can't run this because they are not technically connected. It requires a different technique. I have got all these 3 clippings. This is a clip where Sarojini Naidu is felicitated, and after felicitation, she answered that, and her speech is here. These are available on YouTube. I have taken them from YouTube. This is explanation in my voice. I have explained the poem is the audio input of the explanation. I'm sorry, I just can't give you that experience because it is not technically connected and you will not be able to listen to it or visualize it, view it. I go back to the content page and now let us visit a photo gallery. Now, photo gallery is a thing where certain words, certain concepts, certain ideas from the poem will be explained. Because we believe that a picture takes the place of 1,000 words. One photograph can replace 1,000 words. So instead of explanation, sometimes photos, pictures come to our rescue. It is likely that the students from the city areas and the modern generation of students, they will not know about what do you mean. Here is a photograph of a person, a weaver working on a handloom. And the city living people, you people like from Mumbai, have you seen such a beautiful break of day? unless you see that in photograph or on TV, you are not going to experience that in reality. For that, you will have to leave Mumbai after COVID, after this. Here is a bird, Halcyon. Here is a bird. Here is a photograph of Halcyon bird. Halcyon is a bird from the mythology. And we are not sure whether that bird still lives or whether it has become extinct. We are not sure. Some people consider Halcyon as kingfisher. But kingfisher is something different, somewhat different from this Halcyon bird. And Halcyon bird is found round about seashores, beaches. It has got a mythological reference. Your children may not browse Google. They may not find the references. And for that, such photographs are very, very important. They explain to you a lot of things. Yes, so the things become more clear to us with the pictures. Someone says it is extinct. Yes. Now, look at this. Colorful threads, bright threads, colorful one. And then you can go for the marriage veil. Now this concept, look at the concept of a veil. In Indian situation, we have burqa, we may have that padar, but we don't have veil. This is a typical white, netted one, transparent one with thin net and design, and it covers the whole body. Look at this whole frill that has come up. This is known as the marriage veil. And look at the purple shade, the green hue as it is here in the peacock plumes. There are thousands of shades in green. Every shade is different. And especially the green hue, the green color that you see in peacock feathers is shining one, is a different one. And then it's a fall of night. It's a twilight, as we say. That the night is approaching, and very soon we are going to have night gungat. Yes, that is the word Srinivas More sir has said, gungat in marriage. And with our culture, it is in red color. Punjabis, it's a red color. But there it is all white. Christian people, it's all white. And that's the fall of night. But here, that's the different cloth altogether. And this is what one needs ultimately. It's the funeral shroud. A small, quick visit of the photo gallery explains quite a lot. Again, I move back to the content page. And now let's try to get ourselves ready. Readiness activities, preparatory activities. I click here and I get this. Can you all see this? Can you all read
Yes,
this?
sir. Yes, sir.
So, someone should read aloud.
I request Shailaja Vanda madam to read.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Yes, please read.
Shalja ma'am.
Shall I read it?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Blue, purple, green, and white.
Okay. And what is the instruction given here? Can you see the instruction?
Colors symbolize
Get
A1. Nature is full
Okay.
of hues and they symbolize some or other emotions, feelings. The colors indicated here. Right? What? It's not clear. Right?
Symbolize.
What they symbolize.
What
Symbolize.
After your
they
attempt, click one by
symbol.
one to reveal some suggestions.
Yes, very good. Nice. So look at the four colors.
Yes.
What do these four colors symbolize? You can chat, you can chat, you can put your fingers. I want blue color symbolizes loyalty, truth, happiness, satisfaction.
Yes.
Very good, Varsha ma'am. Can't see the screen. Wait, net is a problem.
Sir, it's visible.
It's visible, sir.
Visible, sir.
Blue color shows sad loneliness. Oh, it means there is a personal feelings also there. Blue color shows serenity, white peace. White color shows cloud, shows bareness. No water, no white peace. Green color present progress. Uh, purple shows royalty. Purple royal richness. Green prosperity. Grandeur blue. Okay. Thank you. I will stop. Now look at the power of PowerPoint. At this moment, let me express my thanks to Rajesh Khatawkar sir from Koregaon, Satara, who inspired me to have such technique of using PowerPoint, made me available different things like PowerPoint and so on and so forth. I must thank Ram Gopal. On YouTube, you get PowerPoint presentations by Ram Gopal and PowerPoint University. There are 2, 3. And I must thank them. I must owe to them, like they have inspired me to develop such a wonderful thing, which, of course, children would definitely enjoy. Now, the moment I click, the first answer will be revealed. The blue color symbolizes innocence, trust, loyalty, calm, cool, open-mindedness. The purple color, sensitivity, compassion, love, luxury, ambition, right? Green color, fertility, youth, life, growth, nature, renewal. Yes. And what about the white color? Purity, wisdom, age, bareness, emptiness. Nice. So it's the preparatory activity. We are preparing the children for reading the poem ahead. And definitely the children would enjoy having their own say on this. We may differ. Difference is the essence of life. We should not go for all saying similar, same. But we should be saying something different. And yes, there can be a lot of discussion. There can be a lot of yes and no. Who bothers? Because our intention is that the children should develop communication. And that will happen. Let me turn to the next one. Now here, a very simple exercise that everyone will enjoy. Match the words with the figures that they represent. A kid, youth, and old age. So here are some words. In which box you will put these words? Fed up? Can you use the word for kid?
No.
Then for whom you will use the word fed up?
Old age.
Old age.
Old age. Old age. Children nowadays also say, I am fed up. I have got a lot of tension. A child
Yes.
from senior KG, junior KG started saying like that. So protect. Who needs protection?
Old age.
Child.
Kids.
Both.
Kids. Old people. Kids. Both. Yes.
Both.
Tired. Tired.
Old age.
Old people get, yes, old age tired. Imaginative.
Even youth. Yeah?
Youth.
Even youth, yes, sometimes.
Child.
Youth
Tired is
and children.
everyone. Yes.
All
Imaginative.
Youth and children.
Imaginative.
Youth and children.
Youth and children are imaginative, definitely. And the old people are not so imaginative. Look at myself. I'm not imaginative.
Exception,
You are
sir,
you are
doesn't prove the rule. Exceptions doesn't prove the rule.
Imaginative can be applicable to everybody, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Anil bhai. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Let's go to the next one. Rest.
Everyone needs
Oh,
rest,
sir. Everyone needs rest.
Specifically old
Everyone
age.
needs. Especially the old age, yes. And that you can get the children to understand the whole thing, the relation with the feelings and the meaning associated with each and everything. I got something different over there in the chat box, so I was just not getting. It's a long thing. Someone is okay. Okay. So you can practically have these things done with the children. You can increase the list so that the children will enjoy it more and more. I wanted to put some animation here, but I couldn't. Otherwise, you see, the colors are matching to the box.
Yes.
That's the clue. That's the clue that the children can definitely do it. Stages of human life. The 3 stages. And here are the words that explain these 3 stages. Now, I want the little bit poet within you to rise up. The poet in you, within you, to get up. Here are some clues. I want you to develop 2-liners, 4-liners, not a whole poem, but some 4-liners getting inspiration by these photographs. Look at the first one. A red rose. My life is but a red rose. You can go on composing. Life is like a dream that leaves us in restless dream of uncertainties and strives. Help us to realize. These are the lines composed by me. These are the lines composed by me. Now I want you to develop some 4-liners. This is a kingfisher. Oh, you little birdie. You can have another clue. You are comparing your life Our life is but money, wealth, money, money, money. Life is nothing but money, money, money. Compose your own lines. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I want someone to represent here and tell, say your own four lines. Deep as ocean blue. Our life is deep as ocean blue. Complete. Or you can say, our life is like a flowing water.
Request Munaf Tamboli sir.
Our life is a flowing water. Or you can say, oh, the thorny part of our life. Some may say, a rainbow bright, a colorful rainbow. Or some may say, a little boat. Or some may say, a kaleidoscope. Or some may say, a clock. I'm waiting for you to respond, to compose. You have got 2 minutes.
Participants who want to say a few lines can raise their hands.
Those who have covered, those who have completed, please raise up your hand and unmute them and allow them to say.
Yes, sir, definitely. Kind request to all the co-hosts and hosts to go through the pages.
Yes, we are going. Sarita Jain, ma'am.
Yes, go ahead. Yes, please, go ahead.
Sarita Jain, ma'am, you unmute yourself.
Malokar, sir, please unmute yourself.
In childhood, my life is like a red rose. In young age,
okay,
it is a showy pose. In old age, it is a sleepy dose. Shall I repeat again, sir?
Yes, please. Please.
Shall I repeat, Malokar, sir?
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please.
In childhood, my life is like a red rose. In young age, it is a showy pose. In old age, it is a sleepy dose.
Okay. Nice. You
Yes,
see, the children will
using the same
definitely
image
enjoy
from
to be imagined. Okay. The thing is that
To unmute himself and
people are writing 2 lines, 1 lines. I wanted 4 lines, but okay, all right. I hope that the children would definitely enjoy doing this kind of an activity and let that creative imaginative power come out. So this is for the preparation of the students. Let us turn to the next activity. Now here, read the poem and find out what each stanza represents. It is through activity that we want the children to understand. The stanza represent? What does the second stanza represent? And what does the third stanza represent? The first stanza represents what? Row your boat gently down the stream, merrily, merrily, life is but a dream. That is not, Sadhana madam, that is not your words. I wanted your words.
First stanza represents childhood phase of
Childhood.
our life.
Yes, very good, very nice. Birth, childhood. Second stanza represents youth. Okay. First childhood, birth. Okay, second stanza. What does the second stanza represent? Third stanza, old age, death, adulthood, second youth. Very good, very good. Nice, nice, nice. The chat box is almost shouting at me, shooting at me with different answers. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, the moment you click here, the first stanza is young age, which is full of happiness. So the first stanza is about young age, the childhood, the kid, which is full of happiness. That is what it represents. The stanza is the adolescent period of our life, is the youthful period of our life, which is full of enthusiasm, which is full of spirit. And the third one, of course, is the old age, which is full of worries, tensions, and closing to the life. So this way, our 0 to 25 spring, 25 to 50 summer, Sadhana madam is giving another dimension. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, this is the preparatory activities that we have done. We have fairly inspired the children. We have checked their previous knowledge. We have checked their understanding in general. Now, this is the time to go ahead. I click here and I'm prompted to the content page once again. We have seen getting ready. Now let us check our understanding. Check understanding. List down the questions asked by the poet in each stanza and the relevant answer to them. Answers to them. I want you to tell me what is the question and what is the answer. Every stanza, you get a question and you get a response. Every stanza speaks about one question and one answer. I want you to respond.
Participants, please raise your hands.
I'm waiting for the response from the participants.
Sharad sir, please unmute yourself and tell your answer.
It's your contribution that is very, very important.
Sharad sir, you have to unmute yourself. You have been given the permission to talk.
Hello.
Please
Yes,
go ahead,
please.
sir.
Hello, sir. Hello. Sir, I am Varsha.
Hello. Hello.
I am Varsha Savle. Hello,
Okay,
sir.
Varsha
Yes,
madam, please.
yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Sir, hello, sir.
Carry on, ma'am.
Yes, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Please
Hello,
go ahead.
वर्षा मॅडम तुमचा आवाज येतोय.
What is the question in the first stanza?
Hello.
Yes, you are audible. Please go ahead.
Hello, I'm Mr. Jagtap, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
go
sir.
ahead.
Please.
The question in the first stanza is that why do you view a garment so gay?
Okay, very good. And what is the answer?
The answer is blue. We view the robes of a newborn child.
Okay. We view the robes
of
a
a
newborn
newborn child.
Correct. Very good. Very good. Nice. What about the second stanza? Jagtap sir, continue. What about the second stanza?
In the second stanza, the question asked by the poetess is that, why do you view a garment so bright?
So bright.
And the reply from the viewers is that, we view the marriage veil of a queen.
Very good. There is some
And the third stanza.
Yes.
Question is that, what do you view in the moonlight chill? And the reply from the Indian viewers is that, we view a dead man's funeral shout.
Correct. Correct. Very good. Very nicely read, sir. There is some mismatch. There is some mismatch here. I'm very sorry. This is the
welcome.
This is the question for the third, and this is the question for the second. There is some problem in animation, but you can understand.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, very nice, Jagtap sir. Very good. Now let us go ahead. Let us go ahead to the next one. Look at the poem and find out the time indicated in each stanza. The expressions that suggest the same. Find out the expression. Don't only tell what time is indicated, but which line, which expression tells you that this is the answer. Stanza 1. What is the time?
Early morning.
Early morning. Which line shows you that? Which expression shows you that? Break of day, morning, break of day. Yes, break of day. Now, what about the second stanza? Second stanza. Second stanza is night? No, second stanza is fall of night. It's the beginning of night. It's a evening time. It's a pleasurable evening time. It's not late evening. It's a pleasurable evening time. Twilight time. And the last stanza? Last stanza? The moonlight chill.
It is the moonlight, night time.
When the moon is shining, yes. So now you just click for the answers and the answer will reveal morning hours is the break of day. So the timing is morning hours and the expression break of day suggests this. I click again. Second stanza shows beginning of night. And the expression the poet uses, a fall of night. Stanza 3, third stanza. It is the old age, night. Everything is still, moonlight, calm. That is what the children have to realize. You, as teachers, can very well answer this, but let the children, allow the children to find out the answers. Another exercise, another activity involving the children. Stanza 1, 2, and 3. What are the types of dress? What is the color of the dress? And for whom it is being made? And you can very well judge it. Stanza 1, type of dress?
Newborn.
It's a robe. No, type of dress. Type of dress is robe. The garment is robe. Robe is a garment that covers the whole body. You know, small children, they have to be covered in a whole with a cloth. So a robe is covering the whole body part, right from head to toes. And what is the color? It's the blue color. And for whom it is made? It is for newborn child. Stanza 2. What is the type of dress?
Bells of a queen.
Veil for a queen. Marriage veil. And what is the color? It's a purple and green. And then for whom? Of course, it is for the queen. You see, why the queen has come here all of a sudden? Why is the reference of a queen? The first stanza talks about a born child, any child, whether it is a baby girl or a boy, a common child, kid. But the second stanza immediately turns to the queen's marriage. Why this reference of a queen is there? Why is the queen referred? Celebration, happiness, modesty, youth, adolescent, refer British Empire. Because queen, every father, the is always queen. Yes. I am Pradhan, madam, I am with you. Baby girl is always princess. It's not a baby girl now, it's youth. Bride is like a queen. Yes. Thank you very much. So you almost all of you are with me that it is queen doesn't refer to here any queen in particular, like Queen of Elizabeth or something like that. The word queen here refers to a young girl, a girl to get married. Now, at that time in our life, every woman, every girl, not a woman, every girl feels like a queen, that she is like a queen. The bridegroom and bride, the bride feels that she is like a queen. Okay, that is my way of looking at it. Stanza 3, type of dress
Shroud.
Is nothing but shroud. And what is the color? Nothing but white. And to whom it is made? It is meant for the dead man. I go for the next activity. Now here, let us turn to the poetic devices. It is going to take a bit of a time. It is already 5:49, 1 hour and half an hour. Should I go with this speed, or do you want me to hurry up?
Sir, take your time.
Okay, thank you. Now, it depends on you. Look at this. What is compared to what in the following lines? Why do you weave garments so gay, blue as the wing of a halcyon wild? What is compared to what? Why do you weave garments so bright, like the plumes of peacock, purple and green? Like the plumes. Why do you weave in the moonlight chill, white as a feather and white as a cloud? What is compared to what? You see, the children must be taught how to look for the poetic devices. Poetic devices. Now, which are the words used to compare? In the first one, as is the word. Like is the word. The third, as is the word. What is such comparison known as?
Simile.
What picture do you imagine? Now, the moment you say garment, blue, halcyon, we start imagining all about. And then, if you want to check your answer, it's a simile. And that is the explanation for it. I turn to the next poetic device. What are the words repeated in the poem? You can very easily check. Weavers weave, What do you weave? All such words. And very simply, as you know, it is repetition. Why do you weave? The question is repeated. I turn to the next poetic device. Look at the poem and find out what are the colors imagined in different lines. What image do you get as you read these colors and things that they describe? So the poem is full of colors. The first stanza, blue color, second stanza, purple and green, the third stanza, whiteness. And very well you have said, it's imagery. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Is my screen visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, nice, thank you. I go to the next one. Now, here I cover the whole poem from the different angles with different slides, but this can be done in 2-3 parts. Look at this. Weavers weaving, weavers weave, sound repeated. So you can call it as alliteration. And the children can check it with one click, alliteration, the example, and the explanation for that as the card pops up, as the card comes up. One more. Look at the poem and find out the last word of every line and list them. Simply, we are drawing their attention to the rhyme scheme. And there can be a very nice debate on this, whether we call AABB as the rhyme scheme for the whole poem, or we say the first stanza, the scheme is AABB, the second stanza is CCDD, the third stanza is EEFF. It is up to you. I don't want the answer now. I don't want the answer this time. Just keep in your mind. But this is how the poetic devices should be dealt with in the class, not just giving them ready answers, but with the help of this sort of questions, you can make them think. One more. Look at the expressions from the poem and find out what do they stand for. After your guess, you can click. Morning, what does morning represent? What does evening represent? And what does night represent? As we can see, it's a symbolism. Are you really talking about morning? No. Is the poet really talking about the cool moonlight night? By talking about moonlit night, the poet is talking about, in fact, the old age, the old part of our life. So this is how the things can be revealed to the children more interestingly. And that is the checking understanding. I go for the content page back once again. After the poetic devices, you can have a summary. And here is a summary in brief. In just one slide, I have put the summary. But I don't want to waste your time in reading that. You can have it on this PowerPoint. You can use this PowerPoint. You can use the content and the matter of this PowerPoint to teach your students. I go for the home page. I go for appreciation. read each stanza and found out what is the tone expressed in them. What is the tone of each stanza? The first stanza, what is the tone? I feel that the poem should be taught at 3 different levels.
Yeah.
The primary level, the secondary level, and the tertiary level. Appreciation is the next part, the tertiary part, where you are talking about the tone of the poem, the tone of each and every stanza. Is the tone same throughout the poem? No, the tone is not the same throughout the poem. The tone changes with the stanzas. With the first click, you can get what is there in all these 3 stanzas. Yes. Again, I like this idea. Someone said that the poem is in form of Gurudev Datta. The poem represents Gurudev Datta. It's the Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesha. The first stanza is the creator, Brahma. The poet is talking about the birth, the beginning, the opening, the launching of our life. While as the second stanza speaks about sustainer, developing the life, enduring, maintaining, sustaining, survival of life. And the last one is Shiva, that is the destroyer, demolish, perish, death, and seeds. I like the idea, and maybe, yes, to some extent, that is true. I again go back after this appreciation part to the, sorry, this is not properly linked. Yes. URL are the URLs. I don't want to waste your time on this. The moment you click on this, any of this, you will be linked to the internet. And you can directly get the whole thing, appreciation, summarizing, explanation of the different people, not Indian. Some of them are, but they are the very known, well established people that they have said it. So you can have a link with this URL that is available here on the click. I go for this, and now let's go for self-testing. And I want the participants to be ready. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
What is the rhyme scheme in the first stanza? Okay, A, B, B, yes. So I click. If I click on this, I get the immediate response, it's a wrong answer. And then click for another try. I have to go to another try. And when I click here, I get immediately the answer that it's the correct answer. I have to go for the next one. So I go for the next one. The total poem, the whole poem, the complete poem is in figure of speech. What is the figure of speech used in the complete poem, in the whole poem? I click here, I get the answer that it's wrong, I go back. If I click here, it says the answer is wrong. I go back. If I say euphemism, it says the answer is wrong. And the moment I say the metaphor, the answer is correct. Next one is this. The poem is in form of questioning. There are questions, yes. But is it in form of questions?
No.
No. Is it in form of a dialogue?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Do you really feel it is a dialogue? Who is speaking to whom?
Poetic.
Who is? Poetess is speaking to?
Viewers.
Viewers. Someone says monologue.
Yes.
Friends, Nandakumar, you are correct. Well, outwardly it appears. But do you mean to say that one fine morning the poetess woke up, got up, and went to the weaving that mill, power loom, and asked, "Oh, weaver, what are you weaving?" Does that mean that the poet was not observing it? And the weaver said, "Oh, madam, we are weaving this and that." No, please. The poet is not asking the weaver at all. It is like something that is going on in her mind. In her mind. It is not a monologue. It is not a monologue because in a monologue, a speech is given. A longer speech is expected. Lot of things are said after one after another. Is it a questioning? No, wrong. It is not just questioning. Look at this. This is all that is going on. As William Wordsworth has said, tranquility, the moments, the line, like recapitulation of the whole thing later on. She might have experience, but then she remembers all these things. Is it a dialogue, therefore? No, it's not a dialogue because she is not physically, practically, actually, really talking with the viewers. It is like she is having a self sort of soliloquy that she is saying and she is only answering. The questions are rhetoric. Just as in the rhetorical questions, the answers are not expected or the answers are there implied in the question itself. These are rhetorical questions. And therefore, it is all imagination that she imagines about the viewers, they preparing such things. And it's a dialogue with herself. So it's, I feel, it's more of like a soliloquy. Now, like the plumes of peacock, purple and green. What is it? Like the plumes of peacock, purple and green. What is the figure of speech?
Simile.
Is it a simile? Is it a simile? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a simile. Correct answer.
Yes.
Correct answer. Now,
That is comparison.
I go back. Yeah, like is the word. And direct comparison is there. I go back and then let us have the mind map. Then we will come to brain teasers back. We will come to brain teasers back. But let me show you the mind map. Can you all see?
Yes, sir. Unmute here.
Can you all get the animation?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Yes. I click here again. So here is a mind map, and the whole poem is there in a graphical form. Sarojini Naidu. Some brief introduction about Sarojini Naidu. About her write-up, about her writing, the characteristics, the features of her writing. Time, death, suffering. English she has used, but she hasn't written about English background. She has written about Indian culture, Indian background. Then here, the poetic things, like the structure, it is in 3 stanzas. Every stanza has got 4 lines. In every stanza, we come across questions and answers. Then as far as every stanza is concerned, first stanza, morning, childhood, happy, imagination. Second stanza, early evening, young age, bright, colorful, spirit. The third stanza, night, old age, cool, cold, contains sorrow. Poetic devices, metaphor, simile, repetition, symbolism. It's a speech, figures of speech that are different one. Then the rhyme scheme. This is the rhyme scheme. And the tone of the poem. So you see, at a glance, the mind map tells us about everything about the poem. You can go on adding. You can go on giving a different structure, different look to the whole thing. But this is a mind map that clarifies the whole poem at one glance. Even if the children remember this, they remember the whole poem. They get the whole poem. I go for the home page, and the last one is the brain teasers. Look at these questions. Look at these questions. Look at the question marks are followed by dots. What do you think these dots indicate? After every question, there should be 3 dots, but in the book, there are 4 or 5 dots. And I feel that it's not correct. There has to be 3 dots only, because 3 dots means something different, and 4 or 5 lines means something different. So, what is your response? Shows continuation, something more. Yes. Yes, is best. Yeah, some example. Hitendra Chaudhary sir is giving some example. Shows continuation. Yes, I agree. But when there are 3 lines, 3 dots, it means ellipsis. And this ellipse means something is there in her mind. There are so many questions. There are several questions there in her mind, but she hasn't used them. And really saying, if you link the question with the answer, the poem will be more clear to you. Look at the poem once again. Weavers weaving at the break of day. And then what are you weaving? The answer is in the last line of the first stanza. So if you ask the children to read in such fashion, the things will be more clear and self-explanatory for the children. Look at the spatial thing. do you observe the use of words night and bright? In which stanza you get these words, night and bright?
Second stanza.
Yes. So this is something very special. That night and bright. On one side, there is a brightness of youthful period of life. And at the next level, there is night. So one has to be conscious of, one has to be prepared for the night that is coming. In everybody's life, we are going to have morning, afternoon, evening, and night. What do you think viewers refer to in all these stanzas? To farfetch it, to go ahead, do you think that of which viewers the poet is talking? And we had a very nice discussion on that in another group, and we said that the viewers here refer to whom?
Human being.
Who is the viewer of the cloth of our life? Many poets like the idea of comparing our life with the weaving, with the cloth. So who are these weavers? Almighty God. We are the weavers. Some may say yes, that way as well. Yes, nice. Thank you very much. So I feel that is the Lord, is the God, and the poet is asking question itself to God itself, to that Lord, to that Almighty itself. That why you are weaving such a bright garment and like that. So I feel that we should take the children to this height and not just confine them with the problems of the weavers and the weaving industry and so on and so forth. You would be making the whole poem a dull thing. Halcyon, wild. The wildness of youth is represented in Halcyon. Where do you find time, freedom, and death in her poem, in this poem? Because, yes, the whole poem is about time. The whole poem refers to time. The first stanza, second stanza refers to freedom, and the last stanza, of course, death. In almost all the poems of Sarojini Naidu, we come across these three things. And let the children realize this. Let the children know this. So the poem is definitely not about the viewers and their condition. The poem is about basically about the human life, and that is the most important point. It is said, I can't read the next question. Yeah. It is said that Sarojini Naidu poems have heart in East, but roots in West. Can you justify? Can you tell how? How? The creator, okay, complete poem. God is weaver, weaving human beings, so life pattern, yes. Now I want to know that Indianness is there, and at the same time, the roots in West are also there. How? Influenced by English literature. But how is it reflected in this poem? We have talked about that. We have said about queen, yes. The reference to the queen, the reference to the veil. She talks about Halcyon, the Greek mythology. So that shows a good comparison. Contemporary Indian life and events reflected, yes. Shroud, okay, all right, veil, shroud, halcyon. Look at this. These all words and expressions show a combination of East and West. I go for the content and last page, and that's all from my side. I have talked about the poet, about the poem, the audio. I'm sorry I couldn't give you that experience, but it can happen. Then the photo gallery we have visited, getting ready, almost every part that the e-book can cover, that e-representation can cover. I have tried to do that, inspired by you. Inspired by you, since this was an expression, as you teachers believe in this forum, English language and literature exploration, exploring. So I feel that I have tried to explore the poem in different ways and means. I must thank the organizers for this kind of an opportunity for me to present on this platform. Thank you very much. Over to the organizers, Rade sir or Sunil sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. On behalf of LE team, I, Taruna Patel, deem it a great honor and privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this momentous occasion. I shall start by expressing my heartfelt gratitude to the expert speaker for today's webinar, Dr. Umesh Pradhan. Thank you very much, sir, for letting us delve deep into the alchemy of literature, empowering us to think and unfold the peripheries of this magnificent poem, Indian Weavers by Sarojini Naidu. I must definitely take a moment and appreciate and thank you, sir, for embracing us with this remarkable PowerPoint presentation that you have created. It indeed holds an applause. I am grateful to our mentors for being the guiding force in all our endeavors, Shri Avinash Rade sir and Shri Anil Bagde sir, for their unstinted support. I owe a special thanks to the organizing committee for their magnificent endeavors in making today's program a true success. A special thank you to our expert speakers for gracing this webinar with your virtual presence. We had with us Dr. Suhasini Jadhav, Madam, Dr. Gajanan Malolkar, Dr. Shubhra Roy, Dr. Lagbir Kaur Verma, Dr. Deepak Damodre sir, Vijay Pagare sir, Shelja Mule ma'am, Mrs. Rasheshwari Chonkar madam, Mr. Sahib Rao Mahajan sir, Sanjay Chavan sir, Ashfaq Kazi sir, Hitendra Chaudhary sir, and other office incumbents of Imalta. Thank you so much, dear teachers, for gracing this occasion and making it a truly memorable one. Of course, last but not the least, all our dear teachers for gracing this session. At the end, I would definitely like to quote the legendary William Shakespeare from his poem, All the World's a Stage. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts. His acts be in 7 ages. And with that, we must bid you farewell, for we have outplayed our stay, and it is time to exit the play. Thank you. Over to you, Mr. Patil sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Taruna madam.
My pleasure, sir.
Yeah, after this explanatory session, let us get ready for another session tomorrow. On behalf of Eddie, I thank you all and inviting you for tomorrow. Let us meet tomorrow.
Not audible, sir. Sunil sir, your voice is breaking.
My voice is breaking.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
There is an announcement.
Yes. Now you're.
Witnessing this, get ready, which will be conducted by Dr. Suhasini Jadhav on Indian poem. There were suggestions teachers conversation was going on. This is one upon requesting you all to keep your mics. Okay. And from my side and from on behalf of Elle, I announce that the session is over. Let us get ready for tomorrow. Thank you very much. See you all tomorrow, same time.
Thank you.